What's up everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm down at Audi Northlake and we get to take a look at this 2022 Audi A4 S-Line 45. So huge shout out to them for providing this sedan for me today. Make sure you guys check out their website. All that info is down in the description. This A4 is finished off in glacier white metallic and it has an MSRP just over $51,000. So we're gonna start off today's review with what powers this A4. Underneath the hood, you'll find the 2-liter 4-cylinder turbocharged engine paired with the 7-speed S-tronic transmission, and it pumps out 261 horsepower around 5,000 RPM and 273 pound-feet of torque as low as 1,500 RPM. All of that power is sent through the Quattro all-wheel drive system. This weighs in right around 3,700 pounds. It'll do 0 to 60 in just over 5 seconds, up to its top speed of 155 miles an hour. And it has a fuel capacity of 15.3 gallons. You can expect to see around 24 miles per gallon in the city and 31 out on the highway. This has a wheelbase of 111 inches. Its overall length is 187.5. It has a width of 72.7, a height of 56.2, and its ground clearance comes in at 5.2 inches. So as we work our way to the exterior now for this A4, this particular model has the black optics package. So you're going to see a lot of gloss black. We'll start up front here where you can see the surround for the hexagonal grille is finished off in gloss black along with the Audi badge right in the center. You can also see the forward-facing camera along with all the parking sensors that are nicely integrated. This also has forward sensors in both corners. That's a part of the adaptive cruise and all of that technology. And you'll also notice too that this has the LED headlights, LED DRLs, and LED turn signals. The turn signals have a really nice sequential design, and you can see the DRL pattern on the top section just gives it a really unique touch. You'll see really nice lines coming down the hood too. There's almost channels coming down both sides just to give it a really aggressive look, and it flows nicely with the top section of the grille there, where you'll also see we have really nice contoured lines running throughout the front end, and you can even see more gloss black down in the middle section. And then as we work our way to the side, a part of that black optics package is these upgraded 19-inch wheels. You'll see they have a really nice two-tone design and a 5-spoke pattern, and the red calipers are also part of that package. You'll see the S-Line badge along with gloss black on the side mirrors. They feature the integrated turn signal and a camera. You'll see up top we have a sunroof. More gloss black surrounds the entire window trim, as well as down in the lower side skirt. You'll see a really nice line that starts at the headlight. It splits off at the S-Line badge, goes right through the door handles, and then splits off again, going all the way back to the taillight. So a really unique design that looks really nice for the side. And then last up in the rear, you can see the Audi badge is blacked out. There's a gloss black trim piece running right through the middle with the backup camera nicely placed underneath that. You'll see the backup sensors are nicely integrated running through the middle. This also has LED taillights with the sequential turn signal again, so to match up front and give it a really clean look. And then there's more gloss black in the lower diffuser there along with the dual exit exhaust. So that's a look at the exterior for this A4. Now it's time to jump to the interior. This is the key fob where you'll see unlock and lock. You can also double tap this button to open up the lift gate. So I'm going to lock the vehicle now, and with the key in my pocket, all I need to do is walk up to the vehicle, place my hand in the door handle, and it will unlock. And now we can move on to this door panel where you'll see it has a really nice two-tone design. You can see this leather on the armrest along with silver stitching. We have black leather on the insert behind that. There's a really nice trim piece just underneath the brushed aluminum release handle, and you can see that trim makes its way to the front section of the door. We have lock and unlock along with the memory seating adjustments. You can see all of the window controls along with the side mirror adjustments, which are also heated. There's a little bit of storage down in the lower section of the door along with the trunk release, and this model has the Bang & Olufsen sound system. You can see the S-Line badge on the door sill along with A4 down on the all-weather floor mat. And now looking at these beautiful leather seats, you can see the piping running down them along with the stitching. They definitely have a very nice design running down them. You can also adjust the forward section of the seat just by pulling that up or back to make you a little bit more comfortable. And then down on the side, you can see all the automatic adjustments. Now it's time to take a look at the interior for this A4. We have a very low door sill, makes it very easy to enter and exit. And looking at the steering wheel now, you'll see it's completely covered in solid black leather, really nice black stitching, and you can see all the brushed aluminum on the lower section. Now let's go ahead and start this up. So we have that brushed aluminum engine start stop button on the right side, and with my foot on the brake, we can bring this to life. And you'll see on this large digital gauge cluster, over on the left side, you can see the tach. On the right side is the miles per hour. And we have some information that we can go through right in the middle using all of these controls over on the left side of the steering wheel. So right now you can see the date and the time. If I scroll down, you can see consumption along with the short and long-term memory, which is basically your trip information. You can look at energy consumption along with your driver assistance. And then we can also use the arrows on the top where you can look at your phone. You can pull up music, look at any messages. And then we can also click on the view button. So if you'd like to make the tach and the speedometer smaller so you can go through all this information in the middle, you have the option to do that, which is really nice, especially if you have the navigation on and running. And then you can just click on view again and bring those back up. And then over on this right side, you can see the heated steering wheel control along with tuning and volume for the radio. There's also Bluetooth and voice commands. And then we have these steering wheel mounted paddle shifters that are finished off in black as well. And then over on this left side of the steering wheel, you can see we have a pretty large bin down below where you can place smaller items if you need to. We have all the headlight adjustments along with the dimmer switch for the gauges. Really nice trim surrounding that. There's also one air vent. And then as we work our way to the middle screen now, this measures just over 10 inches. If I click on the upper left here, this goes to the home screen where you can look at all these icons. If I swipe over one, you can pull up your music and phone along with the navigation when that is on and running. And then back to these icons, you can look at radio and media along with phone. You can even go into vehicle. You can look at your drive select. So the different driving modes, you have comfort, auto, dynamic, and individual. You can also look at your driver assistance, your lighting and visibility along with the AC. And then over on this left side, these are all presets. So you can look at your music with these two here. You can pull up your phone and then the navigation as well. So it's a really simple system, but it has everything that you need. You'll notice too below that we have air vents that continue on all the way to the passenger side. And then right in the middle, you can see another LCD screen for all the climate control. So we have all of these toggle switches in brushed aluminum. And what's really nice about them too is if you hover your finger, you can see which way you need to go. So you can go up for max or down for off. So it's really nice to be able to see that. We have the temperature for driver and passenger along with the heated seat controls. You can see the fan speed in the middle. We do have a 3-zone climate control system. So there is one for the rear seats. And you can see a few other buttons there. We do have a shortcut for the drive select. So the different driving modes I just went over. There's the engine start stop along with traction control, the parking sensors, and you can't even shut this screen off if you'd like to. You can use this button or tap on the screen to bring it back up. You'll see there's a little bit of storage space down below along with a 12-volt and a USB. There's 2 cup holders with all this piano black to give it a really nice finish. There's a little bit of storage space right in front of the shifter, and we do have a little bit more over on this right side and a power and volume knob for the radio, so it's nice to have that. You'll see the shifter is finished off in more leather. We have the trigger on the left side, so if I go all the way up into reverse, you can see the backup camera up here. We have the top-down view, and the side mirrors will also angle down to give you a little bit more visibility. If I push on this button here, we have so many different angles, including that forward-facing camera. You have 2 different views. There's also a top-down. We have a few different views for the backup camera, and you can even use these side mirrors to see the front wheels and the rear wheels. So it's really nice to give you that amount of visibility for this vehicle. We can go all the way down into drive. If we pop it over to the right, that is for the sport mode, so you can use that, or the paddle shifters. And then just by clicking the P on the back, it will automatically go back into park. You'll see the electronic parking brake just behind that. And then looking at this center armrest, it is finished off in leather. You can slide it forwards and backwards just to give you some comfort. And you'll see once we open this up, we have a wireless charging pad along with a little bit of storage and a USB-C in the back side there. And then over on the passenger side, you can see with the glove box, there is plenty of room for all of that information. There's also a valet mode button under there that you can push on if you need to. We'll take one last look at these seats. And like I mentioned earlier, this does have a sunroof, so we have the manual adjustment for the sunshade. We have the control for the actual sunroof in the middle. There's the touch-sensitive dome lights, and we have a few call buttons as well. As we work our way to the back seats now, you can actually lock and unlock the vehicle with these door handles too, so that makes it very convenient. And you'll see once we open up the door panel's finished off just like up front with those nice materials. And at 5'10", it's time to hop in. You'll see behind both front seats, we have a net for extra storage. This is that 3rd zone where you can adjust the temperature. There's also 2 USBs and a 12-volt. and you'll see at my height, I have plenty of room for my feet and my legs, and I have a few inches above my head. It's definitely very comfortable to be in the back. You'll see right in the middle, we do have an armrest that you can fold down. There's a little bit of storage space underneath it, and we do have 2 cup holders. You can easily open those up and place drinks there if needed. And we do have another control here where you can fold the entire middle seat down. So if you have larger items that need to go through, you can do that. You can also fold the rest of the seats down. So with all of them flat, that gives you a lot more interior storage. And then last up, we'll take a look at the trunk storage space. So I'm just gonna use the button up underneath the Audi logo and the trunk will automatically open up. You'll see I do have some items over on that left side, but we have a lot of space for anything you'd like to place back here, even some tie-down hooks so you can safely secure them. There is also a hook up top that you can pull down. You can place bags on that, groceries, items like that. And you do even have some storage space up underneath where you can see the spare tire and a little bit of room on both sides. And then when you go and fold these seats down from this angle here, you can see just how much more storage space there is. And then over on the passenger side and the driver's side, you will see a storage net where you can place smaller items you don't want them to roll around. And then up top, you'll see there's a grab handle on both sides, making it very easy to close. All right, so getting this 2022 Audi A4 out on the road, it's been quite some time since I've been behind the wheel of this, but I am a very big Audi fan. I own an Audi myself, and I've pretty much been in every single model that's offered, and I really don't have anything bad to say. What I do love about Audi is that no matter what model that you get, no matter what trim level it is, they pretty much all have a very similar feel, minus some technologies, of course, here and there and different trims. But even on base model Audis, you can get some very nice features and really nice materials. In this one here, we have a great interior, as you've already seen in today's video, with all the leather. We have this two-tone with the interior and the black leather. It just gives it a very nice design. This is also a great daily driver because of how quiet it is and smooth it is to drive. Currently, I have it in dynamic, but I'm gonna go ahead and put it into comfort mode just to see the difference here. But it's a super quiet vehicle. It's been very comfortable for the few miles that I've put on it. And as we give it a little bit of gas, just in normal mode here, it's quiet, which is great. The buyer for this vehicle doesn't necessarily need a loud sedan. You just want something that's very comfortable to get from point A to point B and offers a lot of space. As you saw, the trunk space is quite large. You can fold down these seats if you want a little bit more. But let's go ahead, pop it over into the manual mode. We have our shortcut to dynamic mode. And what I love about these paddle shifters too is that they are very responsive. So we have a good amount of power. Again, it's not loud at all. You can barely hear it. And as we come around this sharp right, it's not a performance-oriented sedan necessarily, but we do have the S-Line. And taking that turn there, it handles very well. I love how solid feeling and planted this is. The S-Line basically just gives us a little bit more boost in power. So with the non-S-Line version, you have a lot less horsepower. You don't have the turbo engine either. So it gives you that extra horsepower if you're looking for something that just has that extra bit. It's very smooth in these shifts. I love how smooth driving this vehicle is in general. And even taking some bumps like that on this back road, it's absorbing them well, even in dynamic mode. But as far as the rest of this vehicle goes, let's talk about the visibility. You already saw the camera system there. General visibility from my eyesight here, it's really good all around, even over my right shoulder there. The pillar is not really all that bulky, and I like there is the addition of that smaller window, so you can look out that way. I can look over my left shoulder, which is great as well. And this is just a really nice vehicle. I love the seating position. I love all the technology that this model has. Nothing is overdone either. We have a really nice layout for all these controls, which is great to see. So as we switch over to the POV angle, I have it in the manual setting. We'll give it a little bit of gas. And hopefully you can tell from the camera angle just how smooth that was in the upshifts. This is a very solid feeling vehicle. And it definitely has plenty of horsepower for that turbocharged engine. So it's a very, very nice sedan, very luxurious too. Now you can get some other trim levels as well. You can get a lot more options. As I mentioned earlier, this has the black optics package. We do have the upgraded sound system, different wheels. So it's really nice just depending on how you'd like to spec your A4. You have a lot of different options, which is great to see. and it's just so smooth. It's so comfortable to drive. It's very nice if you want to get away from all that traffic, you don't want to hear much, and I think it gives you the best of both worlds. If you want a little bit of sports car performance, maybe nothing too crazy, but you also need the practicality of a sedan like this, it's definitely a great option. Visibility real quick, just looking over my right shoulder there, you can get a peek at how it is. And again, it's really not all that bad. You can get used to it, of course. You have your side mirrors there too. But I think that's gonna wrap it up for my walk around review and test drive, getting behind the wheel of this 2022 Audi A4 with the S-Line package. Once again, huge shout out to Audi Northlake for providing this vehicle for me today. Make sure you guys check out their website. All that info is down in the description. And if you enjoyed today's review, give it a huge thumbs up and consider smashing that subscribe button if you'd like to stay up to date with our daily uploads. And I'll see you in the next video.